Hello,
Hello,
Sir
Sir
Max.
Max. Hello,
Hello,
everyone.
everyone.
Today,
Today,
we
we
will
will
be
be
going
going
to
to
report
report
organizing a
organizing a
group
group
discussion
discussion to
to
be
be
led
led by
by the
Group
Group
4.
4. As to introduce our lesson for today, let me read the introduction part of our report. Because the performance of a group involves taking into account the needs and opinions of every group member, being able to come to an equitable decision as efficiently as possible is important for the functioning of the group. There are a variety of ways to make decisions as a group. The 7-step decision-making model presented below offers an effective structure for choosing an appropriate course of action for a particular task or project. It can also be an effective method for dealing with a problem or interpersonal conflict that arises within the group.
Today, we will be tackling defining a problem in a group discussion. What is defining the problem? What is the main goal in defining the problem? Defining the problem may be the most important but likely the most difficult step. This forces the group to collectively recognize the scope of the problem and need to devise a solution. If you take the time to identify and define the problem before jumping into action, you'll often be able to provide a solution that meets the unique needs of the organization. Doing it this way will help you solve their pain points more effectively. The clarity of thought and direction created by the problem statement goes a long way to create effective goals that leads to effective results in a communication, project, or program. If you don't define the problem, your goals may be fuzzy and superficial.
Analyze the issues. Analyzing the issues involves gathering data regarding the issue, including the causes to the problem, previous solution to the problem, and the desired results of the proposed solution. Analyzing the issues is a group discussion. It is important in order for us to determine the nature and relationship of the part of the issues, as it allows the group find solution, make concrete decisions and action plans to solve the problem. Just like in the image, we can see that we should seek first the problem, then think for ourselves how to manage the issue, then wonder on how we should give solution to it, and what will happen if we do this and do that.
Establish criteria. Having some criteria helps member evaluate the soundness of decision, of solution, and avoid creating more problems. Identify the criteria or condition that will be determined whether a chosen solution is successful. Ideally, a solution will be feasible, move to the group or forward, and meet the needs of every group member. You may want to rank criteria in order of importance. For example, circumstance may such that some issues that may fully resolved. Establish criteria which provide the basics for making decisions consistent with desired outcomes and project goals. Criteria helps to determine the ease and readiness with which learners take on the task, but also the quality of outcome, depending on how they interpret the expectation. Establish criteria which provide the basics for making decisions, and criteria support the core values and previously developed arguments and commitments, as well as design standard and other state and federal requirements.
Generate solution. When the group has already reviewed the research and studied the issue, the group members may begin brainstorming possible solutions to a problem without criticizing each other's ideas. This involves collecting as many ideas as possible. At this stage, ideas should not be criticized or evaluated. For example, go around the room and ask everyone to suggest ideas. Like You ask everyone to suggest their ideas to generate the solution. Brainstorming, group creativity technique by which effort are made to find a conclusion for a specific by gathering a list of ideas contributed by the members.
So, let's proceed to the evaluate solutions. After generating solutions, the member must then evaluate this against the criteria and choosing the best possible solution to the problem. It is a time we should try to test the solution we make and had exerted efforts in the long period of time. We should try to determine whether our skills as a group has a great impact on the problem. And on this, we tend to learn to be more confident with the team making us a responsible group member since we contribute the betterment and success of each individual as whole.
The sixth method in organizing a group discussion is to choose and implement the best decision. She need to choose and implement the best decision. Implementation involves not only recommending what needs to be done. Example, writing a formal report. So you need to write a formal report. A formal report is a deep analysis to use to assist the leaders of business, industry, and government in the decision-making process. Formal reports present an analysis of data and other information, offer conclusions, and provide recommendations to solve an undefined problem, but also identifying the specifics. Example, including the date of the implementation. So you need to include the date of the implementation, and after that, you need to take an action.
Develop an action plan to monitor the solution. The last step is to develop an action plan to monitor whether the group's decision is effective in solving the problem. This also enables the members to identify possible problems, implementation that in are overlooked in the discussion and modify some of the aspects of implementation. The last step is all about having an extension plan in order to secure and ensure that everything would go to plan accordingly in the group's discussion. We literally need to establish an extended service for the sake of the group so that everybody's efforts would go to success. We must stay focused on achieving our goal until it is done, which is the importance of monitoring the solution. The description itself clearly states the importance why we should have the last step in the organization of the group discussion. I want to conclude this lesson by moving on to reflecting the quotation I found on the internet saying coming together is beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. To be successful with a group, all the members should also be people who look forward to be successful and dream to reach great heights. People without a vision and inspiration can never be too good for a group success. A group should always have members who are ready to dedicate their time and hard work without a single thought.